morning, warriors. Thank you for joining me. My name is Leland. I am the president and founder of Warriors for Life America. And today we get to go through our warrior flow. So the great thing about this class, this yoga, is it's completely different from anything else that you may have experienced. Excuse me as I close this door. So the differences that you'll notice here is, for one, I don't play any music and I don't walk around the room. Of course, being that we're online, that wouldn't make much sense anyways, right? So this class is trauma-informed. It is a resiliency-based yoga program. And what is resilience? It's that ability to recover, to get back up after being knocked back down. And right now, especially with what's going on in the world, we've got a lot that we're healing from together and a lot that's going on that's creating a lot of trauma for all of us around the world. You know, that abnormal thing that happens in life that we have to recover from. So we're here for that, and we're here for you. The great part about this forum is it's all about hip openers and shoulder openers. And this is where we hold all of our depression and regret and all of our anger and resentment. So being able to open these areas up allows us to let go of some things that maybe we need to let go of. As you move through your practice, one of the biggest things that we like to remind everyone is choice. Do as much or as little as you want. If you sit on the mat and breathe, or you lay back and breathe, you are practicing yoga. 95% of all yoga is the breath work, and breath, as we know, is presence. So allow yourself to do as much or as little as you want. And as we move along, you're going to hear me call out some self-regulation techniques. And that's what this forum is all about. It's less about the yoga, and it's more about the self-regulation techniques that you're going to hear me call out. And the beautiful part about those self-regulation techniques is they work off of the mat as well. So you can do it in the office. You can do it in the car. Any of the beginning part, especially that you hear me calling out, you can take that off the mat with you. So use that anywhere that you need to bring yourself back to the moment and just to calm or soothe the body and mind. All right, so we're going to get started here in just a moment. Find a quiet place if you can in your home, or the most quiet area that you can find for yourself so that you can sit and breathe if that's your choice. And as we move along, please remember that this, again, is all about the progress with yourself. It's not about the perfection, okay? And I, myself, Leland Holgate, am a combat veteran and also a recovering quadriplegic and a recovering paraplegic. So I've suffered many, many traumas through life, and yoga has helped put me back together each and every time. So I hope you enjoy this forum. We're going to start in a seated position. So whatever that looks like for you, you can be on your knees like you just saw me. You can be cross-legged, legs straight, whatever works for you. So sitting bones connected to the mat. Let your hands just rest on your knees. And let your chin fall to your chest. Give yourself a moment here to notice 4 different colors or 4 different patterns. Maybe the contrast of your skin to your clothing, or your clothing in contrast to your mat. Maybe you notice the patterns in the floor, the lines and the grains. Anything to bring yourself further into this moment. Notice your sitting bones connected to the mat, supported by the earth. Both are always there for you. As we're looking down, we also send the signal to the brain, all is well, I am safe, I am right where I should be. Practicing a little mindfulness, just a fancy word for noticing. Start to notice where you may be tense, where you may be holding, or where the breath may be restricted. And come from a place of curiosity, no need to judge or change. Just noticing. pull your belly button now in towards your spine and really engage the lower intrinsic muscles by restricting the flow of urine. So pull everything in and up. You'll start to feel that power build from the center of your being. That is your internal furnace, your internal core temperature heating up. Continue to pull everything in and up. This also helps pull all that mind chatter down away from the brain where it can be burned up and used for fuel. Continue pulling everything in and up. Feel that power build and realize that that power comes from you. Slowly start to release. And now with our 3-part breath, filling from the bottom all the way up to the top, as you inhale, big belly, into your chest, into the back of your eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button to your spine. Inhale, big belly, into your chest, into the back of the eyes. Exhale through the chest, press your belly button to your spine. Inhale, big belly, into your chest, into the back of the eyes. Exhale through the chest, press your belly button to your spine. Now come back to your normal breath and scan through the body. Notice the difference from forehead to jaw released, shoulders away from the ears, sitting bones connected to the mat, and your hands gently lying on your knees. On your next inhale, take your right ear to your right shoulder, head rolls back. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder, chin to your chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Continue to roll around, link your breath to your motion. Remember, this is your pace, your yoga, your rules. You'll hear that popping and cracking. It's just nitrogen leaving the joints, that old stagnant energy being cleaned out. Let your head roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. Give yourself a moment of pause. Let any dizziness subside. That's completely normal. As you inhale, left ear, left shoulder, head rolls back. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder, chin to your chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. And continue to roll around. Link your breath to your motion. Remember, this is your pace once again. Let that old stagnant energy clean its way out, making way for the new. And let your head roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. Give yourself that moment of pause. Let any dizziness subside. Start to blink your eyes. Start to lift your gaze. Now you can pull your heels in close toward your hips, which makes it a little easier to roll over onto all fours. Or just move your legs over to the side and make your way onto all fours. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Your right foot goes to the back of your mat. Cross your right leg up and over to the left. Now square off your hips to the mat. Keep them nice and square and even. As you inhale, chest stays over your wrists. As you exhale, look over your left shoulder. As you inhale, chest moves forward slightly. Exhale, look a little further. Feel that into the right side body. You can let your right hip slip out to the right just a little bit. Maybe you look a little further. And continue to breathe. With each inhale, shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, look a little further. Opening up that lateral side of the body. Now look down towards your hands. Bring your knee back up and over. I don't want you walking in circles, so let's do the other side. Left leg goes back. Cross your leg up and over to the right. Square off your hips. As you inhale, chest moves forward. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Now feeling this in the left side body. With each inhale, let your chest move forward. With each exhale, look a little further. And another breath as you inhale, chest forward. Exhale, look a little further. Now look down towards your hands. Bring your left knee back up and over. And tuck your toes. Press yourself back to your first downward dog. You'll notice that I'm modeling the entire time as well. So if I call something out that you don't know, just look toward me. Your hands about shoulder width. Your feet about hip width apart. You can also bend at your knees here to take your hamstrings out of the game. So you can focus on a long, flat, straight back. You can press your chest in towards your thighs. Let your neck and head relax. This is all about decompression of the spine here. And while we're here, we like to rock the two most powerful words in the universe. I am. Whatever that is for you today, rock that out. I am happy. I am intelligent. I am amazing. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center, look down to your fingertips. Again, send the signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. Okay, so we're going to move through some sun salutations. And these sun salutations are meant to burn up that excess energy that we all carry with us. So remember, though, go at your pace. If you go slow, that's great. If you speed it up because I'm a little slow poke for you, that's great as well. And remember, if you lay back and breathe, or you sit and breathe, you are practicing yoga. So allow yourself to practice at your own pace, okay? As you inhale, arms overhead. Breathe out, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am strong. I am confident. I am helpful. Rediscover your breath. As you inhale, heels up, see forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Breathe in, arms overhead. As you breathe out, swan dive forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. And as you release, hands to the mat, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am confident. I am generous. I am brilliant. As you inhale, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Now this time as you inhale, sit yourself back and then down. You can look past your knees, see if you can see your toes. You can even wiggle your toes, which helps put your weight in toward your heels. Tailbone tucks, belly button in toward your spine. Press it in towards your spine. Arms come up overhead. And as we look up, we're clearing that fog off of the brain, giving a little clarity to the moment. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams here once again. I am loyal. I am healing. I am letting go. As you inhale, take your right leg up toward the sky. Bend at your knee and let your heel fall over to the left. You can look under your left shoulder here just to get a little more stability in this pose. You can also lift your knee up toward the sky and you'll feel that hip stretch, the inner thigh, increase. As you're looking under your left shoulder, you get a view of a nice sturdy fit. As you inhale, straighten up your right leg. Exhale, look forward, swing your right foot in between your hands, drop your back heel down, inhale up to a warrior one. So your back leg stays straight and strong. Your hips come square to the front of your mat. Left hip forward, right hip back. Arms overhead. And now sink in toward your front thigh. Keep your back leg straight. You'll feel that stretch, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Opening up the hips, opening up those bigger muscle groups. The quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, all these areas come together. And when we open them up, we have a happier lower back, a happy lower body, and we sleep better. Maybe you look up, maybe you bring your hands together. Maybe you sink in toward your front thigh a little further. And now as you exhale, bring your back knee down, bring your hands to the mat. And as you inhale, lift your arms up for a low lunge. As you exhale, let your hips fall forward. As you inhale, reach. And look up in between your hands. I'm going to give you a balloon. Imagine the size, the color, the texture of that balloon. See it in between your hands. Feel it. Now I'm going to give you a marker. And I want you to write down everything that you want to let go of in your life. All the things that no longer serve you. Maybe it's a feeling, you don't have a word for it, so you can write a number or a color all over that balloon. As you inhale, feel it lifting. As you exhale, separate your arms and watch as it sails away. Smaller and smaller, taken by the universe to be recycled into something new. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, plant your hands and inhale, right leg moves back. Lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams here once again. I am healthy. I am helpful. I am playful. As you inhale, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. And once again, as you inhale, sit yourself back and down. Look for your toes, arms up overhead. Maybe you press your belly button in towards your spine. Maybe you sit a little lower. As we look up once again, let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Take away some of that tension. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams here once again. I am beautiful. I am brilliant. I am prosperous. As you inhale, left leg up to the sky. Bend at your knee, let your heel fall over to the left. Or to the right. I can't left and right today, don't mind me. You can look under your right shoulder and you get a view of another dirty foot. You can also lift your left knee up to increase that hip stretch on the inner thigh. Now as you inhale, straighten up your left leg. Exhale, look forward, swing your left foot in between your hands. Drop your back heel down. Inhale, up to warrior one. Again, hips square to the front of the mat. Keep that back leg straight and strong. Arms up. And now sink into your front thigh. I know you're feeling that stretch as you look up. Maybe bring your hands together. Maybe you sink down a little deeper. Just give yourself that moment. Letting go of the past. Sometimes letting go is the hardest pose in yoga. As you exhale, let your hands and back knee come down to the mat. Now, as you inhale, once again, lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, let your hips slip forward and fall. As you inhale, reach up. And now this time I'm going to give you a sky lantern, one of those amazing lanterns that you can let float away. I want you to see it in between your hands, all four walls completely clean and white, ready for you to write down everything that you want in your life. I want you to see yourself obtaining those things. Write down everything that you want, the people you want in your life, the places you want to visit, the things you want to do, the feelings you want to feel. Write it all over that sky lantern. And now I'm going to give you a candle. We're going to light that candle. And as you inhale, feel it lifting. As you exhale, separate your arms and watch as it sails away. Smaller and smaller, taken by the universe to be granted as a wish for you and those you love. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. As you inhale, left leg moves back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am forgiving. I am amazing. I am powerful. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Send a signal to your brain once again, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. And now once again, everybody's favorite, I know you love it, sit yourself back and down for your chair pose. Arms come up overhead. This time bring your palms to touch. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Look up. Bring your hands in toward heart center. As you inhale, lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow outside of your right thigh. Or you can bring your left arm across your legs with your right hand to your lower back so you can twist. The twist is where it's at. So left knee back in line with your right. Keep your knees in one line. Sit your hips below your heart. As you exhale, press your right hand onto your left and twist. This helps purge the toxins out of the spine and the organs, resetting the spine as well. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet about hip distance apart. Bend at your knees. Let your chest come to your thighs. Let your head just fall. Reach your peace fingers and thumbs around your big toes. You can stay right here and just make this passive, which is fine because we're looking for the heart to be above the head. When the heart is above the head, it gets a break that it needs. It doesn't have to fight gravity like it does all day long. You can also make this active. Keep your chest in contact with your thighs. Start to pull with your arms first, elbows moving east and west. Now you can work at straightening your legs. You feel that stretch through the back of your hamstrings. Remember, you can make this completely passive if you want. That is up to you. Your yoga, your mat, your rules. Giving the heart the break that it deserves. Now release. As you inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, fold. And reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Step your feet together. And exhale, release. And once again, sit yourself back and down. Arms come up overhead. Palms come to touch. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Hands come in toward heart center. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the left. So your right elbow outside of your left thigh. Or remember, you can bring your right arm across your thighs and your left hand to your lower back. Right knee comes back in line with your left. It likes to slip forward. Sit your hips down below your heart because sometimes you like to have it up, but you want to make sure you get this benefit. As you exhale, press your left hand onto your right. Look up past your left shoulder. Again, twisting takes those toxins out of your organs and resets the spine. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet about hip distance apart. Once again, bend at your knees, chest to your thighs. This time, take the entire hand underneath your feet. Big toes tickling your wrist. Now again, you can stay right here and make this passive. Or you can make this active by pulling with your elbows moving east and west. And start to straighten your legs. And while we're here, we're also toning the vagus nerve system. And this vagus nerve system enacts that relaxed side of your body. So we're also starting to let the blood pool and those happy hormones form. So here in just a minute, you're going to find out why we call this the Xanax of yoga. And release, stay in your fold, bring your feet together, hands come up to your hips, pull your belly button into your spine, and slowly, like it's a game, come up last. Take yourself up, head comes up last. Ah, yes, that's why we call that the Xanax of yoga. So we're going to do that one more time. Sit yourself back and down, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Sit down a little lower, maybe look up past your thumbs. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet about hip distance apart. Bend at your knees, chest to your thighs. And this time, you can just let your arms rest behind your knees. So we can again tone that vagus nerve system, let the heart get the break that it needs. And this is one of my favorite, we get to do the Xanax of yoga one more time. If you want to make this active, you can take your hands down toward your heels, elbows hug into your calves, behind your calves, straighten your legs as you pull. Keep your elbows behind your calves. And now once again, we release, hands come up to your hips, pull your belly button in towards your spine, and slowly, very, very slowly, take yourself back up. Ah, that is the yoga business. I can do that all day, so you better move on. Step your feet back together. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half cushion. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am a little sweaty. I am fun. I am playful. As you inhale, right leg up. Exhale, swing your right foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale up to warrior one for just a moment. Now open up to your warrior two. Notice how you can scoot the back leg back. Arms straight. So starting with back leg straight, front knee bend in. The front knee likes to collapse in, so bring it out towards your pinky toe. You can also tuck your tailbone because it likes to roll itself out. And arms in a straight line from fingertip to fingertip as we look over our right hand. Just another few moments here. Allowing those hips to open. Maybe you let your back hip drop down a little more so you feel that stretch. Keep the back leg straight and strong. Front knee out toward the pinky toe. Maybe you sink a little deeper. Front palm spins up. As you exhale, come back to a reverse warrior. Your back hand onto your thigh or to your calf. Just avoid your knee. And as you reach, open your shoulder to the right, sink into your front thigh. Feel the side body once again. And now come back to your warrior two. Straighten out your front leg. Reach for the front of your mat. When you can reach no further, hinge your hand down to your shin, your ankle, or to the floor. Super important, keep that front leg straight because I know you're feeling it right on the inner thigh. And that's exactly where we're looking. That muscle is attached to the inside of the hip. So the more we stretch this open, the more it helps with lower back issues, sleep, and walking, and any kind of pain that you might have while sitting. Also, reach with your left hand. This helps keep your spine nice and straight, always protecting the spine. Now bend into your front thigh. Bring your right elbow up to your right thigh. Now from here, we're going to do some shoulder openers. So these are some of my favorites. And again, this is where we hold anger and resentment. So right hand can come down, or you keep it on your right thigh. Your top hand, for a half bind, comes behind your back. Open your shoulders up, look up. And if you want, you can reach under, grab for your wrists, and open your shoulders. If you want to stay with the half bind, that's fine. Just open your shoulder. Look up past your left. I know you're feeling that. Just one more moment. And now come back out of that. Right hand to the mat. Reach up with your left. And now come down with your left hand. Your back heel comes up. Reach across the body. We're going to stretch, counter stretch. And right hand comes down. Right foot moves back. Lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am so strong. I am amazing. I am productive. As you inhale, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Send the signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. And now again, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am powerful. I am prosperous. I am happy. As you inhale, left foot leg goes up. As you exhale, swing your left foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale up to warrior one. And that's right. We open up to warrior two. The back leg can scoot back. Remember that. Back leg stays straight and strong. Sink in toward your front thigh. Maybe bring your shoulder blades together to help create that straight line. And also let your shoulders drop away from your ears. All of this should be in the lunge. We'll be here for just a moment. Now your front palm spins up. As you exhale, come back to your reverse warrior on this side. Open your shoulder to the left. Sink in toward your front thigh as you reach. And come back to your warrior two. Straighten out your front leg. Reach for the front of your mat. And hinge yourself forward. Hand to your shin, to your ankle, or to the floor. Reach with your right hand to protect your spine. Remember, front leg stays straight so that you feel that stretch on the inner thigh. You can even pull your left hip back into its socket to help increase. And now slowly bend into your front thigh. Left elbow comes up. You can stay right here. Or for those that want to move forward, left hand down to the mat. Top hand comes behind your back for the half bind. If you want the full bind, reach underneath and grab for your wrist. Super important to remember to lunge into this. Keep your chest off of your front thigh. So this is all in the hips and the shoulders. Now come back. Your right hand comes up. And now from here, lower your right hand down. Back heel comes up. Stretch across the body by lifting your left arm up. And now lower your left hand down. Left leg moves back. And our last vinyasa, that's right. Slowly lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams once again. I am healthy. I am happy. I am strong. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Again, send the signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. I wasn't joking about that heating you up there, huh? So we're going to bring in some balance now. Of course, it's important to have that balance in mind and in body. So we're going to step to the back of our mat. I want you to keep in mind as we move into these balance postures, if you keep your back leg down, you're still going to get everything that the body needs off of this, okay? So step your feet together, arms up overhead. Cross your thumbs, look forward, step your left foot forward. You notice your back heel comes up. Find your balance. And now start to hinge your upper body forward as you lift your right leg. You can even bring your hands in toward heart center to help bring a little more stability. And remember, you can keep your back toes down here. You're still going to feel everything that you need in those stabilizer muscles all the way through the back of the thigh. For those that want to lift the leg, you'll also feel that into the right glute and work at squaring your hips off. Your right hip likes to lift up in the air. See if you can keep your front leg straight and strong. Keep your hips nice and square. And remember, you can keep your toes attached to the mat. You're still feeling it. I know you are. Slowly lower your right foot down to your left. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Release. Take a step to the back of your mat once again. And now, arms up overhead. Cross your thumbs the other direction. Look forward. Step your right foot forward. Back heel comes up. Find your balance. And now hinge your upper body parallel to the mat. Lift your back leg up. Remember, you can bring your hands in toward heart center to help with that stability. Square off your hips. They like to lift. Remember, the left hip is going to like to lift into the air. Try to keep it square. And remember, you can keep your back toes down. And you're still going to feel everything you need. You notice that the stabilizer muscles in the feet and the ankle and the legs are all working. And that's what we're looking for. Slowly lower your left foot down to your right. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive. Arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Send the signal, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. We're going to take a step to the front of the mat now. Some of my favorites are the hip openers. So hands onto your hips. Take a long step back with your left leg. Keep your back leg straight and strong. Back heel spiked up toward the sky. Arms come up overhead for a crescent lunge. Now, if you press your inner thighs in together, you notice that you can sink a little deeper. Hands come together. Bring your hands in toward heart center. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow outside of your right thigh. You can also bring your back knee down here if you need a little stability. Completely okay, so you can concentrate on the twist. Press your right hand onto your left. And look over your right shoulder. Again, purging the toxins, resetting the spine, and also getting a little balance. Lower your back knee down and release your hands to the mat. Now work your right foot outside of your right hand. We're going to stay here for just a moment because I know you're feeling that into the hip flexor. It's important to warm into these poses, especially some of us advanced yogis like to just hop right in and stretch all the way. So it's important to warm these areas up. Also, while we're here, Check in with that story that you're running over in your mind. We all have a story that we're telling ourselves. And we get to pick what that story is. You can start to bend at your elbows here if you'd like a little more. You can bring your right forearm down and your left forearm down. And while we're here, just focus on your breath. Deep inhales, deep emptying exhales. It's important to check in with that story because what we focus on, we feel. So if you're just running over and over and over again, that sucks, then you're going to get more of that. If you focus on your breath, recognize that you are giving yourself a gift, that change, and that's what you get. Continue to breathe, deep inhales, deep emptying exhales. Send that exhale into that tight part of the body and watch as you magically find more. Slowly work your way back up to your hands. Let your right toes angle out to the right just a bit. Bring your right hand up to your right knee. Let your hips fall forward. Press your knee away from the body, lifting the right foot, the inside of the right foot off of the mat. Let your hips fall forward and spin and look over your right shoulder. So you're feeling this in the front of the left hip flexor into that psoas area, and you're feeling this on the outside of the right hip flexor. Exactly where we need it. Just another few breaths. Now slowly bring your hands back down. Work your right foot in between your hands. We're going to come back to half splits and full splits. So if you have full splits, congratulations, I'm jealous. Go ahead and move into your full splits. Half splits, front heel into the mat, toes back towards your knee. Your back knee directly underneath your back hip. You can tuck your back toes here to protect the knee. Completely up to you on the back toes. Hands or fingertips to the mat so you can sit up tall, keep your spine nice and straight. Shoulder blades together. Now pull your right hip back into its socket. Left hip comes forward. You feel that stretch increase. That's what we're looking for. Stretching through the glutes, the IT band area, which is the external hip flexors, all the way down to the back of the leg. Again, these are some of the biggest muscle groups in the body, so it's important that we open and release all of that tension. Our body stores everything that happens to us. Focus on your breath. Change that story. Now coming out of this side carefully. Plant your front foot into the mat. Tuck your back toes. As you inhale, left foot meets your right. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. And release. Step to the front of your mat. I want you walking in circles, so let's do that other side, shall we? Hands onto your hips. Take a step back with your right leg, right foot, back leg straight and strong. Arms come up overhead. Press your inner thighs in together. And now sink into your crescent lunge. Hands come together overhead. Bring your hands in towards your heart center. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, twist to your left. Remember, you can drop your back knee down here if you need. So you can focus on the twist as you press your left hand onto your right. And look up again, purging toxins, taking care of the spine, finding that balance in life. Bring your back knee down, release your hands to the mat. Now work your left foot outside of your left hand. Front foot stays parallel to the side of your mat. I know again, you're feeling that hip opener already. So start to check in with that story right away. Important for it not to get off the tracks. Focus on the fact that you took time for you today. You made you important. You are finding that collateral beauty from the challenge. You start to bend at your elbows. You can bring your right and left forearm down. Can you allow yourself to find that growth? Can you allow yourself to find that comfort in the discomfort, knowing that you are instituting change for you at a level that no one else can do for you? Letting go of the past, realizing that we create now, we exist now. Can we focus on the breath? Slowly bring your way back up to your hands. Let your left toes angle out to the left. Left hand comes to your left knee. Let your hips fall forward. Now press your left knee away from you, lifting the inside of the left foot up as you spin and look over your left shoulder. Let your hips slip forward so you can feel that into the front right of your hip flexor, into that psoas area, and into the outside of the left, which is exactly where we need it. Just focus on your breath. Deep inhales. Deep emptying exhales. Now slowly start to release. Bring your hands back to the mat. Work your left foot back in between your hands. We're going to go to the half splits or full splits. So half splits, plant your front heel into the mat, toes back towards your knee, and back knee underneath your hip. Super, super important to keep your fingertips there. Shoulder blades together, protect your spine nice and straight. Now pull your left hip back into its socket. Feel that stretch and crease. Focus on your breath. Allow that change to happen. Can you allow that growth to find you? Can you focus on your breath? So another few breaths. We let everything in these big muscle groups open and release. We are constantly sitting and walking and running and sitting. Now coming out of this side a little differently. Plant your front foot into the mat. Bring your left hand inside of your left leg and bring your back leg back. Make your way onto your seat. Hooray! We now get to sit. So we're going to start with a wide leg forward fold. And not so important to have your legs super wide. You'll notice if you go too wide that your hips kind of roll back. We don't want that. So you can bring your legs in a little more so your sitting bones connect to the mat. Your knees press down toward the floor. Your toes back towards your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, hinge yourself forward, grab for your shins, your ankles, or for the insides of your feet. Remember, it's super important to keep your spine nice and straight. So if you have to grab your shins, that's fine. You're still going to feel that stretch. I know you are. So as you take an inhale, shoulder blades together, press your knees down toward the mat. Really engage with your hips here. And as you exhale, pull yourself forward. It's called reciprocal inhibition. When you squeeze or contract one muscle group, another muscle group releases. So press your knees down, keep your hips engaged. As you inhale, find space. As you exhale, find a little more real estate. Feel that stretch on the inner thigh. Beautiful, it's amazing, you love it. Press your knees down, take an inhale, find space. As you exhale, pull one more time. And now slowly bring yourself back up. Your left leg stays out. Bring your right foot to the inner thigh. Left hand outside of your knee. As you inhale, sit up tall. Spin your shoulders to your left foot. Your right hand is the action hand now. Take an inhale, find that space. As you exhale, hinge down along the outside of your shin, your ankle, or grab for the outside of the left foot. Keep your left knee pressed down. And you're feeling that stretch all the way through the back of the thigh, and also that cross stretch, the right shoulder into the solar plexus, moving down across the body. Some of the favorite areas, obviously, for me to open: shoulders and hips. Two of our biggest problem areas. When we can open these areas, we actually take care of the rest of the body as well. Notice those big muscle groups all come together at those nexus points, the shoulders and the hips. So everything is connected. Everything needs to be stretched. Just another few breaths. Now slowly bring your way back up. Move your right leg out to the right. Let's switch it off. Left foot comes to the inner thigh. Right hand outside of your right knee. Sit up nice and tall. You can press against the knee to square off your shoulders. Left hand is the action hand. Take an inhale. As you exhale, move your hand down the outside of your shin, your ankle, or to the outside of your right foot. Now again, remember, keep your spine nice and straight. So think of yourself as a hinge. Press your right knee down as you inhale, find space. As you exhale, maybe you hinge forward. Or maybe you stay right where you are because you're feeling all of those stretches. And that is beautiful. Slowly bring your way back up. Now one of my favorites. So you're going to bring your sitting bones to the mat. Bring your feet to the mat. Now bring your hands behind your hamstrings. Elbows nice and wide to promote a long, straight spine. Elbows stay wide. Start to increase that angle, the distance between your knees and your chest. And you'll notice your core engage. And that's when you lift your shins parallel to the mat. So you can keep your elbows wide and you start to feel that shake. That's what we're looking for. That's fear leaving the body. This is neurogenics. Just like a cheetah after it hunts, it shakes all that energy off. Or a chihuahua, you notice how they shake all the time. They're shaking that excess energy away, all that fear away. We don't need it anymore. Right ankle comes over the left, heels come in, plant your hands, inhale, lift up to reset. Exhale, lower back down. Come right back to your boat, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you have an inner tube like I have. Maybe you straighten your legs for that speedboat. Maybe you take your arms out for that sailboat. Whatever you're doing, just allow that shake to take place. That's what we're looking for. Fear is false evidence appearing real. We don't need it anymore. Left ankle over your right, heels come in, plant your hands, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down, and come right back to your boat. One more again. So maybe you try something different. Maybe you straighten your legs. Maybe you take your arms out. Maybe you stay right where you are. It is completely up to you. This is your yoga, your rules. Fear also stands for faith, everything, and rise. You are powerful. You are strong. Right ankle over your left, heels come in, plant your hands, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. And again, pull your heels in close to your body, or just move your legs over to the side and roll your way forward. Now that we're here, we're going to open up the mid part of the body. These are two of my favorite stretches here. This first one is called camel. So just like we are standing on our knees, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, you can tuck your back toes just like me if you want to make this a little more accessible. For those that want to advance, if you want the advanced form, there's that one. For me, I'm going to modify. So I tuck the toes, hands come to your lower back like you're placing them into your back pockets. Pull your elbows in together. Feel your chest shine forward. I know that feels beautiful already. Keep your hips forward. Elbows press in together and start to look up. You'll feel that stretch into the front of your neck. Keep your elbows together, chest forward, and then let your head fall back. If you feel like you want more, reach your hands for your heels, thumbs out, fingertips in, hips forward, chest lifts, head falls back. I know that's a beautiful one. Now slowly, one hand at a time, come back up. Let your hips sit down to your heels. Bring your knees in together. Now your hands can just rest on your thighs. This is called hero's pose. You can soften or close your eyes. Just settling back in. The hero's pose is a great reminder that you can't always be a hero, but you can be a champion and show up for you. And that's what you did today. Above all else, hold on to that. You are your champion today. Start to blink your eyes open. Now we're moving into one of my other favorite mid-back openers called rabbit. For those that don't want to go into rabbit, you can just let your forehead come to the mat, your arms move back, and this is called rock pose, or child's pose, knees together, whatever you'd like to call it. And you'll feel that stretch coming across the shoulders in the mid-back area. Beautiful stretch. If you want to make that more of an active stretch, come back up. Reach for your heels. Grab your heels with your thumbs out, your toes, or your fingers in. So thumbs out, fingers in. Grab your heels. Sit up nice and tall. As you inhale, and now as you exhale, tuck your chin, roll your forehead down to meet your knees. Bring your heels together, super important. Pull against your heels. Only slight pressure into the top of your head as you bring your hips forward. So pull against your heels. I know you're feeling that in the front of your chest, also in the back of the shoulders. Just another few moments, heels together. Pull against your heels so you take that pressure off of the top of your head. And slowly let yourself sit down. Your head comes up last. And now let's decompress the spine, shall we? Hands placed forward. Step back to your plank and press back to your downward dog. Remember, you can bend at your knees here to take your hamstrings up, but you might just be stretched enough to straighten out your legs just a bit. Even if your heels haven't come down, that's okay. They will in time. Now press into the index finger and thumb. Let your head rest. And press your chest back to your thighs. You'll notice that decompression of the spine. That's what we need. And now start to walk your dog. Left knee bends. And now right knee bends. So we're just walking the dog. You can sway your hips left and right. Get your hips into the game. We have stretched those. So it's important to take care of all these areas. Settle your heels down to the mat. Right leg comes up. And now bring your right knee to your right wrist. Your heel just in front of your hips. Okay, the closer to the hips, the more attainable this is. For those, I'm going to stay right here, for instance. For those that want to advance, you can bring your shin parallel to the front of your mat. I'm going to keep my heel in closer because my hips are like rocks today. So we're going to stay in this. Remember, we warm into these poses. Top of your back foot onto the mat. Keep your hips nice and square as well. You'll notice sometimes the body likes to roll, and it rolls away because it's uncomfortable. Understandable. We need to open these areas up. So stay right where you are for the moment. Check in with that story that you're telling yourself. What are you focusing on? Can you focus on your breath? Now hinge yourself forward and down. Your forehead can go to the back of your hands. Remember to avoid rolling to one side. You should feel this in the outside of the hip flexor, in that glute area. This is the IT band. Stretching through the gluteus maximus, the gluteus medius, and all the way through that IT band area, the external hip flexor. Also stretching into a bit of the hamstring. Some of the biggest muscle groups in our body right here. So it's important we take care of them. Slowly work your way back up to your hands. Tuck your back toe. Press yourself back to your downward dog. And then you can walk your dog out once again. Of course, you're feeling that on the right side, and many are because we just stretched it out. So walk the dog. Settle your heels, left leg up. Left knee comes to your left wrist. And again, you can keep your heel just in front of your hip. If you want to advance, please feel free. Move your shin parallel to the front of your mat, and you'll feel that stretch increase. Again, I'm jealous. I will get there eventually. I think it was just because we had too much fun this weekend. So let yourself settle into this pose. Keep your hips nice and square. Remember to avoid that roll to one side. Keep your hips square. When you're ready, hinge yourself forward and then down. Forehead comes to the back of your hands. Focus on your breath. Allow that left hip area, the IT band, the glutes, the hamstring, everything to release and open. We went after them today, so it's important that we take care of them toward the end. Now slowly work your way back up to your hands. We're going to come out of this side a little differently. So just sit over to your left hip, swing your right leg around. And once we reach that point, everybody's favorite part, all the way back onto your mat. So we're going to bring our right knee in toward our chest. Again, I can't word. Interlock your hands over your shin. Now pull your knee outside of your rib cage. You'll feel the pressure between your right abdomen and the right thigh. Keep your left shoulder down. It likes to roll up here as we're taking care of the internal organs, which is where 75% of our immune system lies. Keep your left heel active. You'll feel that stretch into the front here as you pull your knee toward your armpit, taking care of the ascending colon. Keep both shoulders onto the mat. You can also increase this by bringing your right elbow over your right knee, grabbing through your forearm toward the elbow, and pulling in as you keep your left heel and left leg active. Now keep your knee right where it is. Reach your right hand inside of your right foot. Your left hand comes to your left thigh. And now bring your right ankle up over your knee. Bottom of the foot faces the sky for a half happy baby. Keep your left hand down, your left shoulder down. As you exhale, pull with your arm strength, your knee outside of your rib cage. Just another few breaths. Now release. Bring both knees into your chest. Reach over your shins. Grab for your elbows and pull in toward your chest. Work your hips down toward the mat. And then pull your knees, taking care of the transverse and sigmoid colon. Just another few moments. You can also rock left and right. Give yourself a little spinal massage. Who doesn't like a massage? And release. Keep your left knee. Let your right leg straighten. Interlock your fingers over your shin. Remember to keep your right heel active, your right shoulder down. Pull your left knee outside of your rib cage to create pressure in between the left side of your abdomen and your left thigh. Taking care of the descending colon on this side. And now you can increase this by bringing your left elbow over your left knee. Grab for your forearm close to the elbow. Pull. Keep your right heel active, your right leg active. And now keep your knee where it is. Bring your left hand inside of your left foot. Right hand goes to your right thigh. And now bring your bottom of your foot up parallel to the sky. 90-degree ankle over your knee to protect your knee. Right hand onto your right thigh. As you exhale, pull your knee outside of your chest. Just another few moments. And release. Bring both knees into your chest. Reach over your shins. Grab for your elbows. Work your hips to the mat. Pull your knees in toward your chest. And we got one more and we are done, guys. Release once again. Keep your right knee, left hand outside of your right knee. Take your right arm over to the right and look to your right fingertips. So continue to peer at your right fingertips. Keep your right shoulder down and let your knee fall over to the left. Stretching across the body, and again with this twist, taking care of the organs, and more importantly, or not more importantly, but just as important, taking care of the spine. Lower your knee down just a little bit. There you go. You feel that into the hip flexor, into the IT band. Getting that stretch, can't work today, from the shoulder all the way down through the leg. Now look up, bring your right knee up, straighten out your right leg, bring your left knee in, right hand outside of your left knee. Your left arm comes out to the left, look to your left fingertips, keep your left shoulder blade down, let your knee fall to the right. And again, lower your knee. And there you go, you feel that activate in that IT band area, the outside of the hip into the glutes. Just another few moments. And now look up once again, engage your core, bring your knee up and straighten out both of your legs. So both feet about hip distance apart. Let your toes fall open. Let your shoulders come back, your head fall. And the backs of your hands rest on the floor with your palms face up. Get any last little shifts out of your shoulders, out of your hips. Find that comfortable spot where you can be for the next 5-ish minutes. And this is the pose for which we practice. This is a pose of contemplation, pose of honor and respect. Paying homage to yourself for showing up today, for making you important. Hold on to everything that you accomplished and let everything else fade away. As we move through the rest of our week, remember that the past is history, the future is a mystery, and right now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Let yourself be more rooted in the now, where we create in the now. Whatever you do, let whatever you do be enough. Just allow your breath to be organic. As you scan through the forehead, the jaw release, shoulders melt into the mat, spine becomes heavy, hips and legs melt into the mat. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Make your way on to your favorite side. Bring your bottom arm up to cradle your head. Your knees come into your chest for fetal position. And your top hand just rests. And this is a pose that brings security, peace, and serenity to the body. We lived here for 10 months before entering this world, so the body remembers. This is also a pose of nurturing, reminding us that we have the ability to give ourselves everything that we need, because everything that we need is already inside of us. Keep your eyes closed. Press your top hand into the mat. Come back up to your seated pose. Let your hands either rest on your knees or your hands come together, palms touch, thumbs kiss to your heart center. And let your chin fall to your chest. And this is again a bow and honor and respect of you. You made you number one today. You put you at the top of your priority list. Congratulations. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in each and every one of you. I am honored and proud to lead you through this practice. Have an amazing day. Namaste. Well, thank you so much for showing up, and thank you for making you important. Remember that we have these classes on our YouTube channel, and also being the executive director over at Trauma Recovery Yoga, our missions just match up. We also have more. This is our level 2, and then Trauma Recovery Yoga, or TRI, Total Resilience Yoga, is also on our YouTube channel as well. So check those out. And we are here for you. If you need anything, please reach out. From Leland Holgate and Warriors for Life America, have an amazing day. Have a great one now. Namaste.